Good tactic, just make them wait in the rain.
Yeah. And it could even stop now for them, so they don't even have to deal with it.
Hello. Sorry, I missed all of that.
I'm going to point when I'm throwing back to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, it is game day, and we are just about ready for a start. Here in the fuel to go and play Premiership decider. Donnie Bell joined by Marty Collis. Marty, I mean, you played for the South Perth Lions, won 4 grand finals with them, lost a couple as well, I believe, along the way. It's a huge moment for them. They haven't won a premiership since 2014, but an even bigger moment perhaps for the Willagee Bears.
Yeah, good evening, Donnie, and good evening, listeners. Thanks very much. Really looking forward to it, and it is a big day for South Perth. They haven't won a premiership for, I think it's, 11 years, and Willagee have played in a grand final in 1984, and they haven't won one, but so it's a massive day for both clubs, and they're both up for it. It's going to be a wonderful contest. Both sides have got one superstar in each of their sides, and it's really going to be a battle of their deputies, who can assist their superstar the best, because Gudgeon will play well, Lange will play well, because they always do, and the support cast, who's going to help them.
Yeah, the experience of Harry DeBeek, the Tamaho Tierney, I think, is also an interesting player. Like, he's a guy that might not be the most consistent, but he is a big game player. Steps up in those big moments. He loves it. So I think, well, we know Harry DeBeek loves the big moments too.
Yep.
We've seen the Iceman.
And I think just the battle of the centres. All 4 centres are really, really quality players, and that's going to go a long way to determine it. And, Willagee are a big side. They've got a big pack. They're going to try and impose themselves. South Perth are going to try and match them. And Jaden Evans, wonderful out of dummy half as well for South Perth. He's critical for their chances as well. So really looking forward to it.
Well, we're just about ready for a kick-off. The Willagee Bears, they will get us underway in the fuel to go and play Premiership decider. It's time, rugby league fans, to fire up. Here we go. South Perth with first use of the ball, an inventive kick to start with, and listen to the roar of the Bears. Their crowd up and about early. So now South Perth. Well, they've got a battle against this crowd as well. Going back in behind the ruck, Fairu up towards halfway. Rolled over onto his back by Chizuni.
It'll also be interesting to see the referee, what he does. Is he keeps them apart? Does he blow a few penalties early to really separate them?
There's a nice moment early. Nice touch from Gudgeon, taking that bomb under some pressure. Now the Bears. Thompson, he's manhandled, driven backwards by the South Perth defence. Bannister to dummy half. Fotu charges into them. You mentioned their big forward pack. Well, they're being challenged here at the moment by South Perth. That one creeping up a little high. Referee's happy with it. The Bears crowd not so. Comes back to Tierney. Tierney goes out to Gudgeon. Gudgeon's going to put boot to ball. Up in the air, coming forward to it. Overrunning it. Kicked backwards, play on. Karanavalu. That's six again. The Bears end up with it.
Yep. That high ball really created some uncertainty, and the wingers didn't really want to know about it.
Feet dragged towards the middle of the field. Plays it back to Bannister. Tierney out the back to Gudgeon. Chizuni. Chizuni put down. Slowish play the ball. Gudgeon on the left. They go to the right. It's with Hansen. Now to Thompson, to Tierney. Tierney dummies, goes. Tomo Tierney carries them over the line and gets the Bears' first points.
Wonderful play from Willagee there. I think as well, the way Willagee done that was a very smart way to do it. Wasn't many, they put a high kick in, but then they decided to run it. We know Dorrien Gardens, they have these short in goals, so it's very hard to get those repeat sets. So if they're going to control the ball the way they control it and run it, it's really going to put some pressure on South Perth. So really good start for Willagee. Control the ball, you control the game.
Well, we mentioned him right at the start. Tomo Tierney is the big match player, the show and go.
Yep.
And a few from South Perth perhaps overreading it. He still had a bit of work to do after he took the line on. Judge couldn't prevent him from getting across the line.
And
Great
really
start.
important now, Willagee have started well. They need to keep that momentum. And then it's also really important, South Perth, they haven't had the ball. So they need to have a good set of six here. 6 tackles, get the ball back, get themselves back in the game, get their composure and get their game back on. It's really important not to get sort of shell-shocked by what's happened as well. It's very early.
Tierney taking his time with the conversion attempt, moves in, strikes that
nice
pretty
kick.
well, holds its line just long enough to raise the flags, and the Bears lead 6 points to 0 on the Cash Converter scoreboard. 4 minutes gone. South Perth back to halfway. To get us underway again, a raking kick from Harry DeBeek.
They spin it wide early to get the big fella onto the centres. Ooh, control. Yep.
Well, caught them unaware there a little bit, South Perth.
Yep.
Gudgeon on the back of a quick play the ball, turns it inside to Karanavalu. He's met solidly. Looking for a knock-on call there was Fairu. Didn't get one. Perry hit solidly by Hiko. Now Tierney.
Yeah, smart play, kick early, put them under pressure. Great chase.
Well, that's fantastic rugby league. Tierney with a great kick, great chase from Kelly.
Now they need to hold their
And a
discipline.
knock on at dummy half.
Ooh. Is it? He has called a knock on. Yep, knock on. Oh, no. No.
So Monty Karanavalu has come over to the sideline. It's actually ended up a penalty for South Perth.
For the
so
push,
the touch judge
yeah.
must have got involved.
Yep. But really important now, South Perth. Just get to your kick, show some composure, don't get rattled.
Willagee have lost their winger. It looks like, I don't know whether it's a dislocated shoulder or some sort of back issue, but they're trying to stretch him out. He's doing some Pilates on the sideline here. There's Billy Judge almost going through, but they're going to be one short on this side because I don't think they've brought a replacement on yet. As
Evans out of dummy half.
great
Good
run
run
out of dummy half. Dummy half of the year at the Ken Allen Medal on Wednesday. As the Ken Allen Medal winner gives that pass. You mentioned the centres. It's a good run there from Daniels. Now to Beak. Into the middle. Firing the long pass. Daniels gets it out wide. And South Perth, they respond in the best way possible. Josh Perring sliding over in the corner. Well, he just uses the greasy conditions to his advantage there.
Yeah, really good play from South Perth. And again, they just needed to make sure they showed some composure there after that really heavy and good start from Willagee. They got the penalty. They completed their set. Still the Willagee winger, he hasn't come back on, and that's exactly where South Perth scored. So, you know, I'd be trying to make that change pretty quick and get a replacement player out there, which it looks like they're doing now.
Yeah, they're forced to make a change, one that they perhaps wouldn't want to have made.
Yes, definitely.
I'm looking at their bench and not sure who it might be that comes
Blake.
on. I think you're right. I think it is Blake Wadwell.
Yep. Yeah, young player I coached last year in the under-17s, really good up-and-coming player.
I'm wondering if that'll result in some sort of shift. Maybe a Daniel Fee will play out a bit wider.
Yeah.
The second rower. Well, now we got Harry DeBeek with the sideline conversion to try and lock us up. He doesn't quite have the opposition's supporters spewing venom at him on this one. He moves in, strikes it. It looks to be out to the left. It stays out to the left and waved away. So the Bears retain the lead at 6 points to 4 on the Cash Converter scoreboard. 8 minutes gone. Well, both teams have basically had one opportunity and scored one try. Do we have a bit of a shootout here, Marty?
We could do, and then it's going to be interesting to see if that keeps going, who's going to land on top. But I think it's the side that settles the quickest, controls the ball, controls their sets, are the ones that are going to win the game.
Well, he's trying to settle into the contest as
Yep.
the Bears kick off down into a corner. And this Bears crowd, it is a very parochial Bears crowd. The South Perth, I'm sure there's a few supporters in there. They're being thoroughly drowned out so far.
Definitely, yeah. They're really playing for their crowd as well. You can really hear every hit. They're right behind their team.
DeBeek across to Daniels.
Yeah, South Perth have noticed that Willagee still haven't replaced that winger, so they're definitely, yeah.
Lungy turns it underneath to Hicko. Good
Nice
tackle
tackle
down low from Bannister on 5. Shea Wapiri dropping back, and they're going to look to run to this side. Daniels takes on Tierney. Goes back infield. They're looking for a kicker now, and now DeBeek gets the ball in hand, puts it up. He had a couple of looks, a second kick, a volley there from Harry DeBeek as Wapiri cleans it up. He goes now to Kelly. Manfred Kelly, is he going to try and look his speed? He uses his speed. He beats Tuamana. He goes back infield. He beats another one in Lungy. before he goes back in field.
Very uncanny player. Wonderful to watch, yes.
Now Leota draws in defenders. He looks more like a middle forward than a centre, Johnny Leota.
Yeah, definitely.
Come back to Tierney, who's going to kick from inside the 40. The winger hasn't dropped back. That is a 40-20.
Is it? Yeah.
It's a 40-20 from Tomaho Tierney.
Has he called it?
I think he has caught it. The Bears are coming over to get the ball. That is a massive play from Tierney. He intentionally stayed just inside the 40, kicking early in the count once again.
Which has been Willagee's play the last couple of times. They pinned him down there last time, and this time they've got the 40-20. So that ploy of kicking early, putting South Perth back into their side of the field is really working for them. And now they're on the attack, looking to score their second try.
Fotu will play the ball. Thompson, you think he'll go ball distributor. Out the back he goes to Coleman. Bouncing away from tackles goes Gudgeon. He turns it inside to Kelly, but it hits the sideline before he can tap it back in. And I think Gudgeon
and Lange
has been let know about that as well. The Bears run from everywhere to support their fullback, but it amounts to nothing. A little brouhaha. Well, the first opportunity that hasn't led to a try.
Yeah, and sort of South Perth let off the hook there a little bit. You know, Willagee got some great momentum with that 40-20 and were only able to, hold on to it for three tackles. And they really need to, apply pressure. And every time they get an opportunity, they want to really try and cash in to make the most of it.
There's Gudgeon and Lungy that have, the referee's having a bit of a chat to them.
Two captains.
Yeah, just trying to calm it down a little bit.
Yep.
Nothing in it. They'll come in for a play the ball here for South Perth. They finally start to spread out after they realise it's not a scrum.
Yeah. So Willagee trying to really put some pressure on South Perth here with their line speed. They're trying to get up quick, force a mistake.
I'm still trying to work out who's playing where because it looks like Tierney is now defending in the centres. And Fee has moved in to defend where Tierney was defending. So there's been a real shift with the injury to Karanavalu.
Yeah.
And I think South Perth, they will look to continue to attack to that side of the field.
Yeah.
Tap and go for Daniels. He's had a strong start to this game. Tuatara. Morrison up over halfway. Lungy going across field. Picks up the second underneath runner. Dicko will play it. Lungy goes to the line, but Willagee up to the task. Leota and Chizuni make the tackle. Evans now to Lungy. Out to DeBeek. DeBeek steps past the runner charging up out of the line in Fotu. On 5. Lungy on the short side. They go that way.
They're looking to run, yep.
Out to Judge. Well,
yep. And the defence is up to it. Yeah, so they're really looking to attack this side down here. They really feel like there's a weakness there and they're trying to exploit it. I think they're backing Corbin Daniels in for a big game and they're trying to give him as much ball as they can.
It is something we've seen a lot throughout the day is teams running it on the last down in good ball area.
Yeah, I think because of those shorting goals, it's do we give away a 7 tackle set or do we just turn the ball over 10 or 15 out and make the sides, ruck it out. Let's see if Willagee use that tactic of kicking early. Well, they don't have to.
No.
They've got a penalty as well.
Well, it's a
really good start as well from the second rower. He's run the ball nice and strong and deserved that penalty.
Earnsy side the piggyback. Tierney doesn't try to bite off too much with that touch finder, but gets The Bears down into decent territory as Wadwell.
Yep.
Just takes it straight up off the tap. DeBeek gives him an extra effort there. Svi. He's put down, we'll play it back to Bannister. Fotu waiting at first receiver. He's going to play ball distributor to Rangi. Rangi to Hansen, but that was a pressure pass. He did well to hang on to it.
I was going to say, he did really well to hang on to that.
Outside, inside from Gudgeon to Fotu. Plays it back to Bannister. They come to Tierney. Tierney likes to roll it in behind off the legs of South Perth. Well, I think some calls that he might have been in front of the first legs. I think he was fine. There was nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and again, good defence there. So they've held strong, like Willagee held strong here. So both defences are now sort of starting to settle into their game and been able to propel the attack as well. So it could be a bit back and forth at the moment.
Lungy. Lungy's got some numbers on this side, has he? No, they go back inside with Barclay. The big rangy centres that South Perth have got. Some more good physicality. It comes to Lungy. Lungy goes right to the line before putting this one up to the sky. Kelly comes forward towards it. It's going to be interesting to see what the referee calls here.
Knock on
South Perth.
Yep.
Well, you get in those contests and it really can go either way.
It can, yeah. And Kelly wasn't afraid to jump high to catch that as well. So, you know, there could be something in that as well.
Genuine contest for the ball. Hansen plays it. Kelly now coming in for a carry. Not the biggest of wingers. Jackson Hansen.
Good run.
He's a really physical front rower. Great leg speed. And on the back of that, Bannister out of dummy half. Gudgeon wants to go as well, but they slow that ruck down.
Tierney kicking early again.
From outside the 40 this
they
time,
need some pressure on this. Well taken and well tackled. But this is where Willagee need to keep their discipline. No penalties. Back and forth. They're off the line quick.
Never easy to catch those ones from Tierney when he kicks the belly of the ball.
So the winger did really well then.
Judge out of dummy half, gets South Perth
Back's
into
doing
the
a little bit
territory.
of work.
Now Lungy goes across field.
Nice defence again.
Again,
Is that Coleman in defence? Yep.
They work that same side again. Lungy out to Barclay. Barclay runs out of room. Plenty of Bears numbers. And nowhere for him to go. They come back to Lungy on final play. He goes to the sky. Where Perry's going backwards with it. Daniels tries to tap it back. Doesn't get anything of it. I think that'll be South Perth ball. I think you can say knock on both ways. First one, Willagee. It'll be a South Perth feed.
There we go. Yeah, and that's kicking high and competing. So as long as you can compete, like you were saying before, Donnie, anything can happen. And that time, Corbin Daniels, he competed and he got the result for his team. So Willagee's defence, they really need to stand up here. South Perth are going to be, you know, by the time tackle 5 comes, they're going to be right on the attack.
Goes to Lungy. Dummies to Barclay on the inside and takes them on himself. He's put down. He goes to Judge. Judge the short ball. They look like they've got numbers, but it's put down by Barclay. And I think it's going to be a penalty for a late
tackle.
hit.
Late tackle, yeah. Interesting choice here. Do you make it 6-all or do you keep going?
Well,
they're going to keep going.
Yeah, they don't look like they're looking towards the post at all there, South Perth.
No. They want tries.
Evans to dummy half. DeBeek to the left. That's where they go. Now Tuatara gives the short ball to Daniels. The Bears read it well once more. Evans at dummy half. 2 to Beak. To Beak to Noble.
Ooh.
Tip on play, and the Bears come up with it. They don't want to give Leota any space because even though he's a big man, he's got wheels.
Yeah, and good. Willagee's defence hung on then. They hung tough and they got the ball back. And a really nice run again. He's had some really good carries.
Chizuni's been strong.
Yeah.
Gudgeon. Looks like the Bears have gone to their bench. Malako with his first carry. Now Gudgeon goes to the line, flat ball, Leota.
Ooh.
He's just tripped over at the last minute. Still gets the offload away. Oh, they're going to say back to Leota. They've called hell.
Held. To the boos of the crowd. They're not happy.
You can hear everyone agrees with that call.
I think they'll go high again.
Well, after the break, you'd think that would be the play. Another tester.
And another big chase.
Judge
well
takes it well. And in front of the kicker.
Yep.
Oh no, high tackle is the
High tackle, yep.
The call.
Yeah. And that's where they're just letting themselves down a little bit, Willagee. They're getting down there and then they're letting South Perth off the hook by giving away a easy penalty and a relieving penalty. If they can do that nice kick, get that tackle, pin them down 10 or 15 metres out and really make South Perth work hard to get out.
Well, 6-4. The Bears lead the Lions on the Cash Converter scoreboard. First quarter of this game is gone. And, well, after the opening 8 minutes, we saw a couple of tries. Thought we were going to get a bit of a shootout, a high-scoring affair. But
nice
the Fences come back to the fore. Late offload there from Mark Faroo. And another penalty to South Perth.
For a high tackle. So
Two
last two penalties have been 2 high tackles, yep.
Well, that helps South Perth down into a great attacking area. Tap and go. Day takes the first tackle. Evans picks up Hicko. Plays it back to Evans.
Langy spots something on the blind side.
Oh, he's given the great long ball to Tumoana, but he couldn't handle it. It was just a little bit over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Couldn't reel it in.
It was good play. Langy saw something on the blind side and he really went for it, and the winger was just that 2 or 3 steps too far forward. He needed to hold his depth and he just went just behind him. But it's probably a warning shot. The Bears need to be ready because he's coming down that way. Good line speed from South Perth. They've forced a mistake. Yep. What's this? What's the call?
Well, again, he's going both ways. I think he's...
Is he saying loose carry Willagee?
I think that... Yeah, they've got the ball, though, Willagee, so they're going to say one-on-one strip knocked on by South Perth.
Lucky break.
Yeah, they could easily have said loose carry.
Loose carry, yeah.
So they'll feed the scrum. Goes to Tierney to Gudgeon. Gudgeon bounces off the shoulder there of Daniels. Now we're Perry. Gets away from Day in the first instance, but he comes again to finish off the tackle.
Yeah, South Perth really trying to apply some pressure here with their line speed. They're trying to get up quick. Willagee trying to propel it with a couple of big, strong charges.
It's a nice hard run from Malako. Bannister goes to Tierney, and Tierney
kicking early again.
That tactic of kicking early, but Judge
well read.
Positioned, did juggle it. And they've got the ball this time in pretty good field position. So for the first time, that early kick hasn't really worked for the Bears. It's worked a few times, but this time South Perth got themselves good field position.
Tackle 2, they're in their half. Yep.
The winger comes in for a carry, pairing the South Perth try scorer.
Yeah.
And another penalty. The discipline of the Bears is somewhat concerning, and Kynor Gudgeon wants to chat to the referee. He's come from fullback a long way to try and have that conversation, and the referee doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah, last three penalties all been head high, and they're really handing South Perth a lot of opportunities, and you know they keep handing them opportunities. Eventually, one of them might stick. But really good tackle there, push back to really get his side some momentum back.
Good start to the set defensively. It's Noble.
Ooh.
Malako is looking to have an impact. He's done it with a couple of hard carries, and that one, a solid shot on Tim Noble as Lungy to DePeek. Short border to Atara.
Good
Chop
tackle.
down low. Bannister's come up with some great
He
defensive
hasn't
plays.
played that correctly. Yeah, he needed to stand to his feet. So again, Willagee, they got let off the hook there. Chris Tatua-Morrison, yeah, he just didn't quite stand properly and play the ball. He'd be disappointed at that. A man of his experience, ex-Western Force player, played a lot of First Division rugby in France as well. Really experienced player.
Well, the Bears, they hold on. This fee from the scrum win. Plays it back to Bannister. He's been really good with his defence.
Yeah.
Now Chizuni gets that right on the advantage line.
Yeah.
South Perth, good line speed. Tim Noble, well, he had a shot put on him. And another kick for a 40-20. That time doesn't have the angle. Tierney kicking from dummy half. Judge gets across to it. Runs into Nella Fee, who makes
Nice
a great tackle.
And now this is the discipline. They need to... And again, they let themselves down.
Yeah, again, not square at marker.
Yeah.
A pretty obvious one, really. And the referee, an easy decision. And again, South Perth easily out of their own end, thanks to the poor discipline of the Bears.
Yeah. I love the tactic of kicking early, and it's really working for them. And they're getting them down there, but then they're just letting them off the hook. Tackle 1, tackle 2. If they can hold them there, it's going to be a different story.
Tuatara Morrison. We'll make sure he plays it correctly that time.
Yep. Is that Ben Russell now on the 17?
He's had a great season, Benny Russell. Yep. Popular man around the South Perth club.
Definitely, yes. Offload.
Good late offload. Lungy, what can he do on the back of it? Comes out to Day. Day does a bit of dancing. Drag towards the sideline.
Oh, don't.
They have to let him
drag
go,
him
otherwise
out.
it would have been another penalty.
Exactly.
Lungy goes the flat option. Stepping back in, and again that offload.
Yep. Last tackle.
Evans goes from dummy half. He's not going to get there, and they'll hand it over. But again, they're happy to hand it over a metre out rather than going
and then
for
to
the
say
kick.
to Willagee, right, you've got 98 metres, you guys ruck it out. But again, what I was saying before, they've got to make sure, South Perth, that they aim up on their discipline. They don't give away penalties for high tackles, being offside. You know, make Willagee kick it from 20 or 30 metres out. Getting numbers in the tackle there to force it back.
Driven backwards. Perry tries to spin out of that tackle, but he's put to the ground. Chizuni out of dummy half. Evans at marker worked well, but he still got away from him and picked up decent metres. So he's got him out of trouble there in that set. And Tierney, again with the early kick, looking to go down to a corner, and he's awake to it this time, is Perring. Gets back and takes that nice catch over his shoulder. He'll try and get around Rocky Thompson. Great tackle from Thompson. He had to work hard.
This is where they've got to stay disciplined. You know, really good chase, and they've got numbers. South Perth are a little bit slow getting back, but they've got to keep their discipline. No high tackles, no offside. Make South Perth work for it.
Yeah, and an important period coming up.
There we go. Another high tackle.
Well, I don't know how long the referee can keep just blowing penalties for the same thing over and over again. I know you don't want the referee to be getting too involved with sin bins in a grand final, but there's been so many of them.
Yes. And they're more on the lazy side, like that one from Coleman. There was no malice or intent in it. It was just, like a little bit of footwork and then just a bit of a high shot. But again, it's on tackle 3 after a wonderful chase.
Yep.
Wonderful kick chase. And Teeny's doing a fabulous job with his kicking game. He's really pinning them down there. But South Perth are on the attack again.
Yeah, there's been a lot of high tackles, but there's not one that I would say is a vicious high tackle.
No, you're right. Yep.
Loose arms.
Yep. Whoop, what's this?
Well, it's another penalty to South Perth, and they're allowed to play on. They took the quick tap and then stopped. Lungy, he wants a quicker play the ball than he's allowed. So now the Lions.
They're really on the attack now. You feel like they can smell a try.
DeBeek.
Oh, no.
Ball hits the deck. Pairing's got to get back on it. Daniels, he'll go down that short side. There's no one there. The markers had to be awake to it, and they were. Now DeBeek to Atara Morrison. Bounces away from Tierney. Now to Daniels. Daniels dummy. Spins inside one. Takes on Wadwell. Gets away from him.
Yep,
Still going, Daniels. Put down on 5. We'll play it back to Evans.
Will he pass it or go? He's going to pass it this time. They're going to go wide.
Lungy. They've raced up quickly. Lungy. He puts the kick across. Kelly somehow adjusted to get back on it.
Wonderful
and
play.
It's a obstruction penalty
play.
anyway.
He did run behind. It was wonderful play from the winger as well to get back there. He came up in the line because he saw some trouble, and then he turned and chased, and he beat the defence back as well. Beat the attack back. So wonderful play. They've been quite resilient, Willagee. They've given away penalties, but they're hanging tough in defence. So I really like that about them. And to South Perth, they've had a lot of attack, and they'd probably be thinking, we should be nearly in front now, but it hasn't been.
Yeah, resilience is something that is epitomised the entire season of the Willagee Bears.
Yep.
They just don't go away. There's no quit in them.
Yeah, they finished 4th, and they're still here.
And typical Johnny Leota carry.
Yeah, and I was going to say, with runs like that, the teammates will jump on the back of that very quickly.
Shazuni finds his front. Now with Coleman. Haven't called his name a lot. Well, Malako.
Tackle.
Harry DeBeek with that first contact.
Yeah, nice.
On the big man. Now Gudgeon. Goes to the line, kicking across. Kelly charging through. Kelly, can he get to it? Does he ground it? Touching goal. Touchy says no, sir.
He was confident, Kelly. He thought he had it.
Well,
touch judge said no, but that's a bit of a warning shot as well to South Perth.
Touchy had a better view than we did, mate.
Yes, yeah. But it was very much eyes up football from Willagee. They saw a chance and they thought they'd take it.
Well, it just skidded on.
Yep.
It was a good option. Again, in these conditions, and Ed Easter mentioned it during the last game, even though it's, it's rained a lot, it's still quite hard, the ground, and it does skid on with the slippery surface.
Yeah.
So Evans,
he spotted a gap.
Well, a great run out of dummy half.
Playing for a penalty, didn't get it.
Now it comes out to Barclay. Barclay to Tumoana. Tumoana! He will bring it around and put the Lions in front. They point to the spot. Try South Perth. And Logan Barclay played it well. But Jordan Tumoana, will-o'-the-wisp, brings it around and South Perth take the lead.
Yeah, good play from South Perth, and it had been coming for a while. So on the back of, a lot of high tackle penalties, Willagee just weren't able to sustain pressure when they had the ball. South Perth have been down there for a long time, and like we were saying about 5 minutes ago, they would feel that it's a just position now where they're in front 8-6 with the kick to come for the amount of possession they've had. But they need to obviously cash in even a little bit more, but things are starting to go well for them.
Yeah, they've had those opportunities. They've been camped down here for a while. Willagee just continually inviting them down with their ill discipline, and I'm sure the Bears crowd they'll be feeling that was a try for the referee. But they've got to look at their own players and the fact that they are high tackles. The referee's not making it up. They're giving away those penalties, and that's the reason South Perth have been able to continually attack for the last 15 minutes or so.
Yeah. And they've been really brave to be able to defend those penalties as well. So, you feel like if they get their weight of possession and their chance down there, you can see that tries can come for them as well very, very easily as well. So it's just a matter of them seeing their share of the ball.
Well, I mean, and that's a fair point too. South Perth on the other side of that ledger, they haven't been making mistakes. They haven't been giving away penalties. Willagee haven't been able to get down this end of the field to attack very often at all.
Yeah, to build much pressure on South Perth and really sort of try and wear them out in defence. So, yeah. Good kickoff.
Taken well by Lungy. Hands up in front of his head, and that's Coleman. Well, we're seeing some big shots from halves. That was the half of the Bears. Charging up to make first contact on Hicko.
Good tackle from her. 5 minutes to go in the half. It's a really important 5 minutes. Willagee need to hang on. South Perth, they're looking for another try.
Well, a great run from Russell on the second run of this set. And suddenly, it's the Lions coming in to the Bears' half. Lungy takes on the line, almost getting through. Work a short side. That ball tipped on, and Gudgeon just slides over. They drag him into touch, and that's going to be a penalty.
Yep.
As soon as they put a hand on him, the tackle was complete. So
they
can't drag him over the sideline. But it's not a penalty that's going to hurt them all that much.
No, so it's not going to be one where Willagee will be on the attack, but definitely one that a welcome penalty that Willagee can, get their breath back, steady themselves, and then it's just a matter on what they do at the end of this set and how they defend the next one as well.
Leota, tap and go. Again, they have to get numbers in to control him. Tierney, nothing really outside. He does a little goose step. They handle him comfortably there. Campso on a dummy half. Gudgeon. Malako. Another very good run. And now Gudgeon to Tierney. Tierney goes wider. Coleman takes on Daniels. Well, he had a couple of players outside him. Just took the contact as it comes back to Tierney. Now Gudgeon, he goes to the line, puts a little kick over the top for himself. Does he get the bounce? No, he doesn't. Tumoana, he beats one. He's left a couple behind him. Tumoana runs into Chanboon. We're into the final couple of minutes of this first half.
Good tackle again.
It's Rungy Thompson down low into the rib cage of Billy Judge.
Yeah.
Work now, Russell.
He's done well, Ben Russell. He's had 2 or 3 really strong carries since he's come on, and that's what you want from your bench players. You want them to come on and make an impact, and that's what he's done.
He just sent back to the mark to play that one. It's Lungy.
Ooh.
Leota, he read that, saw Billy Judge coming, got up in his face.
They're going to go the blind side to Beak.
DeBeek goes to the sky. Gudgeon. He has a couple of looks. Lungy, he gets the pass out. The ball comes back to Barclay, but the flag is up.
Into touch.
Well, South Perth, that might be one of the last real chances of this opening 40, unless Willagee can pull a rabbit out of the hat here in this last 90 seconds or so.
Few Willagee players on their haunches. They're starting to tire a little bit, so halftime will come right at the right time. But they really need to get to their kick over this set and finish the half strong.
Shazuni has been one of the
Willagee's
Bears' best, I think.
Yep, definitely. Wonderful work rate. Tierney kicking early.
From inside the 30, and it's just outside the 20, I think.
Just outside.
Just outside the 20, so that's not a 40-20. It's just outside the 20. It's not inside the 20, despite the fact that Tierney has come down and grabbed the ball.
Yeah.
And
the
guys on the sideline, they
urgings
thought it was a
from the
40-20 as
yeah.
well. It's just short. Nico plays the ball. And again, those early kicks, it's been a real tactic in this first half.
Yep.
I think with the breeze at their back, they've really tried to put it down that end of the field. It ultimately hasn't worked all that well because they've put it down that end and then given away penalties and given up field position. As the halftime siren sounds, South Perth, I think they'll be ecstatic to head to the sheds, leading 10 points to 6.
Yep.
The breeze at their back in the second half. They can grind this one out to a grand final victory. Willagee with some work to do, I think, in the second 40.
Yeah, but you're 4 points behind. You haven't had much opportunity. When you've had the opportunity, you have been able to ask a few questions. So Willagee just need to apply some pressure down in South Perth's territory, put some pressure back on them, and if they get their weight of possession, they can definitely score points.
Yeah, I think we certainly said it throughout the day, like in all the other games. I don't think any of the teams have really been able to use the breeze at their back effectively.
Yep.
And if that pattern continues, then Willagee can certainly get themselves back in this game.
Yeah.
But I think that they're going to come out with different tactics here in the second half, and I think those early kicks will go away and they'll start to attack from their own end and play some really ad-lib football. 10 points to 6 at half time. South Perth leading. We've got a cracking second half coming up. And let's see how it goes. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second half shortly. Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the last 40 minutes of 2025. The Willagee Bears are out on the field. The referees are out there. We just wait for the South Perth Lions. It's the Lions leading 10 points to 6 at the break. And just go through some of the results throughout the day. It's been a great day of rugby league, starting way back at midday. The Women's League tag, the South Perth Lions, a huge victory, massive second half against the Joondalup Giants. 40 points to 0 in the grand final. Brooke Carroll, the player of the match. In the field to go and play third grade, that was a dour affair. The Willagee Bears outlasting the Lions 8 points to 6, with Louis Christensen, the player of the match. In the Westpac Women's Premiership, the Fremantle Roosters, their defence won them the game. They beat the Ellenbrook Rabbitohs 16 points to 0. With Huia Toroa Swanell, the player of the match in that one. And the Val Murphy Trophy, the Ellenbrook Rabbitohs in Golden Point beat the North Beach Seagulls 22 points to 18. It was the North Beach dummy half, Tommy Sinclair, that got the player of the match in that one. 40 minutes to go here at Dorrien Gardens. We still wait for the Lions to make their appearance. They're making everyone wait. Touch judges in to try and get them out, Marty.
Yeah, just a bit of a tactic, but I really think Donnie, the first try really important this second half. Like South Perth, if they can score first to increase that lead, and Willagee, they score first, all of a sudden the belief comes back to them, and we know what sort of side they are. They play on belief, they play on momentum. They've won 2 finals already to get here. And if they can get that belief and momentum, it can carry them a long way. So really intriguing to see who cracks first and what happens.
Well, Harry DeBeek to kick off and get us underway. And we are into the final 40. And the Willagee Bears charging it back. Day makes good first contact. Play it back to Camso. Coleman goes out to Malako.
Again, Willagee showing that tactic that they're willing to spread the ball wide early off the kickoff. And, you know, a really good play where they made that half a break and then they just let themselves down again with a mistake and, you know, handing South Perth, you know, really, really good field position right at the start.
I think Rungy Thompson, he was running away, he had support and just looked to try and pass it and just dropped it cold. He was very, very upset with himself after the offload from Malako.
Yeah, and that's where the half break's made. You've done your job. You go to ground, you play it, and you build your momentum from there.
Just trying to overplay it, and the last play goes to ground. South Perth, they stacked numbers on that right-hand side. Although when the scrum was won, I don't think Billy Judge was quite ready for whatever the set play was supposed to be. Now Hallam Day turns around and reverses into contact.
Yeah.
That one, I think, hurt Marty Collis's back.
Yeah, I felt it from up here, Donnie, yeah. Good run to Tua Morrison. Oh, great tackle.
Run, just pulling through tackles.
Yeah.
Now with Lungy, short ball to Hicko.
The defence is up to it still. No,
Evans out in front of Lungy, who puts it down as the rain comes in once more to add some more drama to this contest.
So you can see the first two sets, Donnie, like loose carry from Willagee, drop ball from South Perth. So you can see the ball handling could become an issue in this second half. So, you know, it's a really obvious statement, but the side that controls the ball, gets to their kick, are going to go a long way to winning this game. So it's Willagee's turn now. What can they do?
Yeah, it's always funny you get to grand final and they look to shift it straight from that scrum win from deep inside their own territory.
But again, the sensible play. Go to ground, you've made your yards, and then go again.
You hear all those sorts of cliches, I think, on grand final day, but they're cliches for a reason because that's what wins grand finals. That's what wins games. They've become cliches because it works.
So Tierney kicking early again.
Down to Tuamoana.
He's up to the task. Good return. Now it's South Perth's turn to hang on to the ball.
Judge out of dummy half. Runs into Kelly
Nice
and Leota.
tackle.
Now Day. Up over halfway. Again, South Perth winning the territorial battle, as they have done throughout this contest so far. Lungy goes to the line, goes out to Barclay. Barclay tangles with the sideline, flings that inside. Straight to Coleman. Well, he ran out of room there, Logan Barclay.
They showed him the sideline, he took it.
Well, now it's Willagee getting the penalty, the help out of their own end.
Yeah.
We've seen great discipline really from South Perth in that opening 40. But this will give Willagee a chance, and you said first point's important. This will be an opportunity for the Bears to go on the attack.
Really good yards from the kick as well.
Camso taps, goes to Jazuni. Stands, fights in that tackle. Eventually a suplex to get him to ground. He falls over as he plays it. Gudgeon goes across. Gudgeon slices through. He takes on Billy Judge and Kainor Gudgeon. He has a moment in this grand final. That is Kainor Gudgeon at his best.
Wonderful play. Just scheming across the line. Saw a hole. Beautiful running. Strong through the hips. And as soon as he got through the line, he saw Billy Judge and he went, I'm going to take you on and I'll score under the post. And, you know, great captain's run as well. Like you can see as they're running back, you know, they've got a lift. They've got some energy about them now. And it's up to It's up to what they do in that next 5 minutes, how they carry that momentum as well. But, you know, wonderful play, and he's got his side right back into this grand final.
Tell you what, I did get a little worried after he got over the try line.
With those shorting goals.
The shorting goals. I was envisioning that Sonny Bill Williams moment.
Yes, well, I mean, it would be absolute tragedy if he did run dead and after the wonderful play. And that'll give Gudgeon some confidence as well. He'll be thinking, right, you know, I'm happy to take him on now. You know, I feel like I can spot a hole here or there. And, you know, that's going to spell trouble for South Perth if they let him run. Because we said at the start of the game, Langie's a class act, Gudgeon's a class act. They're both going to play well.
Looking to the supporting cast, but he didn't need a supporting cast on that occasion.
No.
Tierney to try and put the Bears back in front. Should do it. Does do it. Raises the flags. And it's 12 points to 6. The Bears lead on the cash converters scoreboard. 6.5 gone in the second half.
And we can also go back to that penalty that South Perth gave away down here just in front of us for being offside. And they've been really good at not giving away penalties as well. So, you know, they'll be a bit disappointed with that, not giving Willagee too many shots.
Again, hitting the top of the ball and keeping that all the way along the ground.
They'll be looking to apply pressure here, South Perth. They'll be looking for a mistake off Willagee. They'll be looking to get to their kick. You think Teeny will keep the same tactics of trying to kick early. There's a loose carry. And, yep, they're getting the rub of the green. They've got a penalty.
Got a little help.
Yeah.
I don't know if it did, but that's what the referee has ruled.
It looked a bit, at first look, it looked like a loose carry, but yeah, you take it because some days they go with you, some days they don't. So
I've got a couple of calls go their way to start this second half.
After giving away a lot of penalties in that first half, they're starting to get a bit of the rub of the green. They're starting to get a bit of possession, and things are starting to happen for them.
And momentum feels like it's building here for the Bears. Tierney.
Ooh,
oh, and as we say that.
The commentator's curse. Just as we say that, a loose carry, and the pressure valve is released.
Well, just left it on the ground. And South Perth, well, perhaps not the field position that they would have got if the first one was called a knock-on, but still not a bad place to start a set. Billy Judge takes on Coleman. Now Lungy to Barclay. Barclay steps inside Coleman. He's put down. Chanboon over the top. Hicko into Chizerny. Now Evans to Russell. He falls over as he gets to the line. A groan as he hits the ground as well. Now Lungy. Quick ball today. On 5. Well, they've looked to compete off every kick as it comes to Beak. They're not looking to kick. They go out wide to Daniels. He flings a speculator back to Beak. Beak's knocked it back even further, and the Bears swarm around him and make the tackle. And South Perth, well, that wasn't the play on last they were hoping for.
No, they were definitely looking to run, like you were saying earlier, Don. They're happy to run it and pin them down in the corner. Obviously, that time they didn't. And full credit to Willagee, like with the chase. They didn't give up on the chase. The ball went loose. They chased hard. They got the call back. Now it's up to them to get to their kick and build some pressure. Some strong defence there from South Perth.
Well, with the crowd starting to find some voice. There's Gudgeon. Gudgeon goes to the line, puts it in behind. Kelly chasing, Leota chasing, Judge is all over it. He dives on the ball.
Bit of a raggedy line there from Willagee, allowing the winger to just pick and choose where he wanted to run.
Pairing a good run there. And now Daniel's out of dummy half, and it's a few good runs from their outside backs, and they're out of trouble.
Really helping to relieve that pressure. Willagee need to get some connection in that defensive line.
Now Lungy comes out to Barclay. Barclay takes on Chizuni. Derek makes the tackle. Evanso after the quick play the ball. He picks up good metres. Tackle 5. Russell at dummy half.
I think the kick to the corner this time, I don't think they'll run it.
Well, they've gone the high route.
Good option, good kick. Willagee let it bounce.
Everyone let it bounce, and it is the Bears that end up with the ball.
Really hard balls to take those ones up high, and you know the fullbacks and wingers so far tonight that have taken them, they've taken them really well, but they're very, very hard to take. And South Perth really trying to apply some pressure here with their defence, getting good numbers in the tackle, forcing them back, and you can see their line speed. They're ready to go.
Gudgeon, they go back to a blind side. Bouncing over the top of one. Now Tierney. Tierney's going to kick across field. That's more of a pass than a kick. Kelly takes it.
Oh.
Kelly beats one. Manfred Kelly with the fullback to beat. He takes on Judge. And Tuamoana comes in to make the tackle.
Is that tackle 4, is it?
Still tackles up their sleeve. Coleman, he drops one over the top of Jordan Tuamoana as well. It was actually Perring that made the tackle in the end. On
really
Kelly.
got to hold their discipline now, Willagee. Like, fantastic set, wonderful take.
Well, again, I said at half time we were going to see a bit more inventive play from the Bears, and that was exactly what that was from Tamaho Tierney. Lungy allowed to run a long way across field. He couldn't find a runner, though.
Willagee, their defensive line looks a bit ragged.
Well, now we're seeing an early kick from DeBeek, but I don't think he struck it well. It's out on the full by a long way. And now Willagee will start this set inside the Lions 30.
They're a bit tired, Willagee, but they've just got to really get some momentum from that. They're on the attack. They've got to get a lift, a couple of big runs. Again, that next try, they've just brought on a replacement as well, so the front rowers come back on just to give them a bit of a spark as well.
Fotu.
Just get some energy back into the middle of that pack.
Rangi Thompson goes across, turns that one underneath the feet. Tierney marshalling the troops here on the left.
Yep.
Comes out to Coleman. Coleman, he goes to the line. Tip on play. Leota, it's all backwards. Comes up with Kelly. Kelly dancing. He throws a basketball shot over the top to Gudgeon. Gudgeon slices through again. Gudgeon, he's got Kelly with him. He might not need him. He won't need him. It is all kind or Gudgeon. He is putting on a show here at Dorrien Gardens.
Just so hard to stop, and he just moves so well, and even Kelly, he done wonderful there as well with that offload. You know, beautiful play, ad-lib football. Like you said, Donnie, they're quite prepared to throw it around. They had the kick down there 30 metres out, and they got that lucky break. Again, the kick didn't go out. They looked a bit tired, and then what did they do? They needed their leader to stand up, and he did it again. So, you know, really good play from Willagee. Really important kick now as well to 16-10.
I'm going to do wide, okay? You find someone then, James.
Well, Gudgeon is just that sort of player that can turn a game on its ear in a matter of moments. He has had a couple of wonderful, wonderful moments in this second half. And, well, we're a long way from done, of course. I mean, the Bears,
25 minutes.
They've just taken the lead, plenty of time left on this clock. They've come out of the sheds and they've built momentum. They've had a couple of penalties, a couple of opportunities. As you said at half time, they get a couple of opportunities down this end, they can post some points.
Yep.
And they've done exactly that here in the second half.
And that was on the back of a kick going out on the full, and they really cashed in.
We'll have a pretty good view of this one from Tierney. Starts out to the right, needs it to come
Stays
back.
there.
It's not going to. So waved away, and it's still a 6-point ball game. 16 points to 10 on the Cash Converters scoreboard. 15 and a half gone in the second half. We've just seen a Golden Point thriller in the Val Murphy Trophy. Don't want to go too early, but could we be in for another absolute thriller?
I think there's a few more twists to go here, Donny, as well. Like Willagee will be really, really looking to score next to open up a bit of a break. South Perth, like they've done, they've come back and they don't want to give this up.
Shazuni charges hard. Now with Hanson Bond. Javapro, I think
He's
he had his
pulled that
hands
out.
all over that.
Yeah,
Yep,
he
Sam
did.
Javapro was all over it, ripped it out.
Pretty silly play, like third tackle. It was really quite obvious when the ball comes out like that. And again, you know, it's just handing Willagee more possession, sucking more energy out of South Perth in defence. And like we said, Willagee, they're a momentum team. They're a team of belief. And the more times they get the ball and the more times they get down there, the more times they start to believe.
Well, we were really quite critical of Willagee's discipline in that first half, and you could say the same to start this second half for South Perth.
Yep. Penalty for offside, kick out on the full, and then a raking the ball, 2 in the tackle.
Now Camso to Coleman. Coleman going across field, picks up a great hard run.
Great tackle as well. Wonderful run, but he stood his ground to Tua Morrison.
Now Gudgeon, they don't hang off this time.
Gee
They get a
whiz,
boot
yeah.
to it. Well, that's put an end
Pour
to that
into
attacking
yeah.
rate.
They won't be happy with that, Willagee. You know, they really had a chance to apply some pressure and they've let South Perth off the hook momentarily. They've really got to aim up here in defence. Get that line connected.
That ball comes out.
That's a
It's
double
knock on
knock
both ways. First one, South Perth.
Yep.
Corbin Daniels wanted to send that one up to the bunker.
Yeah, not too happy about the call. But again there, Donny, we've seen 2 handling errors in the last 2 sets. So again there, you've just got to try and bunker down, get to your kick. It is tough conditions hanging on to that ball.
Interesting shape that the Bears have got there, and we don't get to see what that shape would have developed into. Gudgeon is unhappy with the pass that came from the base of the scrum.
Yep.
And it's been a sloppy couple of minutes.
So again, it's which side wants to control the ball, which side wants to apply some pressure.
Here we go again. Tuatara Morrison gets it inside to DeBeek. Reprising his, he's played plenty of fullback. And Evans just knocks on a dummy half. And that sloppiness continues.
And there's a bit of chatter between the two teams. They're letting each other know when they've made a mistake. Evans wasn't happy. He thought the man playing the ball got pushed back into him, which forced the knock on. The crowd have got some voice.
Well, it's very willing.
So let's see now. Gudgeon's really barking some orders here. Coleman's barking orders at the back here.
Well, this looks like the same shape that they had from that last scrum. So whatever that set play is, they want to do it.
Yep.
The execution a little different. Now it goes to Gudgeon. Gudgeon around the Leota. Leota puts Karanavalu into space.
Hang on to it.
Well, he went off the field early in the game.
Yeah.
Karanavalu, he's back.
Gee whiz, yeah.
Now Gudgeon tracking across field, looking for a runner. He finds
the right
Hanson
one.
Bond.
Ooh.
Day helps out to make the tackle. Camso, now Tierney, Fotu, Hard to put down. Camso again to dummy half. Comes to Thompson. To Gudgeon. Coleman. Leota. Leota will be hard to stop. What a tackle!
Langy, wonderful tackle.
Chizuni from dummy half. He goes to Coleman. Gudgeon. Gudgeon out to Thompson. Thompson takes on DeBeek. Bounces away from DeBeek. Can he get the pass away? He flings one out the back. It's a scrap. It's picked up by Evans. Play on.
Yep.
Now the run from dummy half. Well, Thompson, he got the little pass out the back, but
What's happening here?
it was South Perth who wanted the ball more. There's some concern.
For Daniels?
I think it is Corbin Daniels. He's trying to get to his feet. He wants to get to his feet. But they've stopped the game now. They've stopped the clock.
19 to go.
Into the final quarter of this game. It is the Willagee Bears that have regained the lead after trailing 10-6 at half time. They lead 16 points to 10. He's on his
Probably
feet.
a chance for all the players as well to get their breath a bit.
Just able to reset.
Yep.
Get ready to go is Noble. Up towards halfway. He'll play it back to Evans. He's with Faru. He's got some good offloads and some good second phase play, but not on that occasion. Lungy, short ball. Gwazinski. On 5. Lungy down a short side, and
That's out on
he
the
shanked
full.
that off the side of the boot as well and out on the full. Well, there's been a couple of them from South Perth. We saw one from DeBeek, now one from Lungy, just straight off the side of the boot and well out on the full.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a chance to really build some pressure, and Willagee get the ball 30 out, but they've still got a task in front of them. You know, in this set of 6, they've got to make sure they get to their kick.
It's a lead for the Bears, but it's a nervous lead.
Definitely.
And there it becomes even more nervous with the mistake.
And again, we see that tactic of wanting to throw the ball wide, and it's worked a couple of times for him this half. It didn't work that time, and you know, again, we go back to that being able to control the ball. So really important for South Perth to have a really good set of 6 here, and if they don't score, like, what do they do on the 5th tackle as well? So that's going to be the big thing as well.
That's probably been another disappointing factor for South Perth in this second half so far, is their last tackle options.
Yep.
So let's see if they can improve that. They might not need it though. It's Tumoana. Looks to get to the outside, but he takes the right option. Tackle 1 goes back infield rather than flirting with the sideline, which they have done before. Gwazinski. Into Thompson. He's got the Tallis Duncan approach. He's ditched the headgear.
Good tackle.
Well, a quick play the ball from DeBeek, and Lungy still gets out of dummy half.
They've got to reset here, Willagee. They've done well so far, but Langy's having another go at him.
And again, the short option.
Here
Willagee up to the task.
What are they going to do? Last tackle. I don't think he was supposed to get it on the last. Is he able to get rid of it? No.
No. The front rower on last play wasn't expecting it. The defence raced up, shut down the ball, and they handed over. And those poor options on last, that continues for the Lions.
Yeah, it continues to haunt them. But again, you know, they've still, you know, they're only 10 metres out from their line, and they've got to make sure they get it out of there. And again, good run, good 10-metre run. Gudgeon into dummy half. Is he going to have a scoot to help his team? Good contact.
And gets the penalty for his side as well. Mason Hicko just a little bit too long. Well, they've been down this end for a little while, South Perth,
Yeah,
and that is not a penalty they wanted to give away at all.
No. Not sure of the penalty count this half, Donny, but I would say, like it's probably a reverse of the first half where Willagee are definitely got the share of their penalties this half without conceding too many. And they've all been there as well. There's, the referee's been onto it. He's had a really good game so far. All legitimate penalties, and here comes another one for a high tackle. It was a bit accidental. He fell into it, but as we know nowadays, any contact with the head
is going to be a penalty.
Unfortunately, is a penalty.
Yeah,
interesting decision.
They're going to take
the two. They're backing themselves in.
But again, like in the first half, yes, there was a lot of penalties from Willagee, but their defence was quite resilient.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think South Perth has quite been as resilient when they've had these opportunities down here. They've generally given up points.
Yeah.
And that's why we see Willagee with a 6-point advantage. Certainly not a gimme this penalty.
Not. Tierney's been kicking them well so far today, but yeah, like you said, Donny, I would say this has to be he's 35 out, so he's going to have to kick it every bit of 40 metres to make sure of this. Willagee are going to have to make sure they've got a good good chase on this as well.
The breeze has died down a bit, but I think still kicking into a slight breeze as well.
Well, you can also see their thought process behind it. We kick this, we're out by 8. Gives us a bit of that little bit of a breathing space as well.
Well, there's plenty of noise, plenty of feedback. He loves these moments, Tamaho Tierney. He moves in, strikes it well.
Not sure if it's accurate.
It's away to the left and taken in the in-goal by Judge.
And he brings it out.
So a missed penalty goal. Well, when you miss the penalty goal and you hand over possession, you don't kick it dead either.
No.
So you hand over possession. That's when you, in hindsight, question the decision.
Yes. Yeah. But if they can force South Perth to kick it from their half, although a great run from Jaden Evans there from dummy half has put their side back on the halfway line. So at least when South Perth kick, they're going to be kicking. Ooh. Again, we speak too soon.
Well, it's something that you identified very early in the first half, that South Perth seem to think Corbin Daniels is in for a big game, and they keep trying to get the ball to him in different situations.
Yeah. And sometimes, passing the ball there on the inside, it was putting him under a lot of pressure to catch that as well. And as we've said before, with the handling as well, it's not easy to be catching the ball in these conditions as well.
Tierney takes on the line.
Things like that. It's a wonderful run. You just tuck the ball under your arm, make 15 metres, get your side on the attack.
Fotu on the back of that.
Run.
A few late Lions flopping in late, so they had to get up quickly, and they did. Bannister back out onto the field. He's tipped awkwardly in that tackle. Gudgeon at dummy half, he's always dangerous from there. He takes a couple of steps, goes to Coleman. Coleman to Leota. Leota and Barclay tangle. Barclay wins the day. Chizuni now to dummy half. He goes to Coleman. Coleman out
Leota
the back to
getting
Gudgeon.
up a little bit proppy there. I think he might have hurt his calf.
Fires one out. Karanavalu around the corner pass.
Out of nothing.
And they're in.
The Bears have scored again.
The Bears are in. I'm not sure who it was that gets the 4 points for Willagee, but they stretch this advantage not to 8.
But to 10.
Out to a 10-point advantage. It's the biggest lead of this match.
We'll just have a look at Leota here coming back to halfway if he's all right, because he's been very valuable for them this game, and they really need him in this last 10 minutes.
It was Nelafi, the try scorer for the Bears. their second row up with the great pass from Karanavalu, who looked like he was going into touch, and just the flick around the corner. The pass got the all clear from the officials, and the Bears out to a 10-point lead with about 10 minutes to go.
He was off after about 7 or 8 minutes as well, Donnie. He's done a wonderful job to come back in, and then he's played a wonderful part in their side's try that's like given them a bit of breathing space. And the crowd are sort of getting into it as well. We can hear it on both sides of the field here. They're really starting to push that Willagee side home. South Perth will need a response here. They'll need a good kick. They'll need a good chase. And obviously as well, they need to be next to score.
Well, that last pit, that goes without saying. The flags are raised.
Very important kick that as well. Like really, really important kick. Like, you know, it's only 2 points, but it gives them that 12-point buffer.
The 22-10 lead.
It's really important
Bears
as well. You know, Gudgeon, Coleman, Tierney, they really need to...
It's a great kickoff.
Great
kickoff. That'll go dead on the bounce.
Yep.
And that'll be a goal line dropout.
Just what South Perth wanted.
Well,
Just
100%.
Just to get that belief back.
I think
also as well, like, you know, those kicks have been going deep all the time, and I think they thought it was going
Willagee
short.
were thinking short. They were thinking short.
And DeBeek saw them come up. He's kicked it over Coleman's head. And do Willagee go short, or do they kick it as deep as they can? They're going short. They're trying to get it back.
And they will.
Get it back.
Well, here at Dorrien Gardens, home of the Perth Soccer Club, we've got a nutmeg there for Logan Barclay.
Touched. What's the ref saying? Touched? Oh, play the ball.
Touched, so it's a play the ball rather than a scrum.
They've still got some work to do here, Willagee. They're only 15 metres out. They need to get to their kick. They need a good, strong set. So they need some of their forwards, or, you know, to really put their hand up and take some tough carries. Which they've done the first two.
Yeah, Chizuni followed by Hanson Bond.
You're not going to get a penalty there.
With that Mason Hicko. Thompson to Fortu. Fortu, look at that carry. Gets the offload back to Fee.
Hang on to it.
Comes back now to Tierney. Tierney on the
wonderful
bounce, half
hands.
volley from Gudgeon. Coleman, he puts a little kick in behind. Kelly chasing through.
Oh.
What a pickup from
Wonderful
Leota. 6 more tackles coming.
Really important now, Willagee. Control the ball. Gudgeon needs to show some leadership here and just steer the ship. Get to your tackle 5. Really take some momentum and energy out of South Perth here. He's going into dummy half.
He pushes Chizuni out of the way because he wants to take control here. He goes out of dummy half. He stands in the tackle. Thought about offloading to Bannister, but goes to ground. Takes the high percentage option. Plays it back to Bannister.
Tierney.
Out the back to Tierney. Tierney going to try and roll that in behind. I think the Bears got to it first and knocked on, and that will be the ruling.
So now Willagee, the defence is the key here. You've got the sides down there. Is that a penalty, is it? Oh, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty to South Perth,
Right.
so that
So they're
will really help them out of...
get out of that danger zone. But still, you know, they really need to defend this set of 6 hard. You know, force South Perth into a kick around their, you know, 50, 40 metre line.
Well, the Lions, on the other hand, they may need to come up with something here.
Yep.
They need to score, and pretty soon.
Good run from Billy Judge. He's tried hard all day.
6 minutes remaining on the clock.
Evans again out
Screaming for a penalty there is Lungy on halfway, thinking that was high. He gets the ball, goes to the line, goes out to Gwazinski. He backs towards the 40-metre line. Chizuni and Thompson make the tackle. It's Lungy on the short side. He goes to the line, double pumps. Gets a pass out to Cummings.
Last tackle.
No one at dummy half. Barclay gets there late. Now they go out to DeBeek. DeBeek, he's going to try and find the belly of the ball. He says, catch this if you can. And of course, Gudgeon can.
Well done. big play. Like we said before, those balls are very, very hard to take, and Gudgeon needed to take that for his team, and he did. Now his team needs to make sure they hold on to the ball. Calling for a high tackle, you're not going to get that.
Well, the referee in this final few minutes, perhaps putting the whistle in the back pocket.
Yep.
It's Carinavalo, a good carry from the winger.
Good. The two wingers getting in there to take some pressure off their forwards. Another good run there.
Chizuni goes back
Tierney.
to Tierney, again
40,
from
20.
inside the 40.
Is he?
And
Oh,
again,
he's
that's
done.
another 40-20 from Tamaho Tierney. He has nailed that.
Second one for the game, and he missed one by about 2 metres before. So he's done really, really well. He's put his side on the attack again.
Well,
4.5 minutes to go. You know, so they really, really need to make sure that they're controlling the ball here. Take as much energy out of South Perth as you can. Have a good last play option.
it's a tap here for Leota. It should have been a tap, but play the ball.
Oh, gee
Yeah,
whiz,
so
they're lucky.
they get lucky because the referee says it's supposed to be a 20-metre tap, not a play the ball.
Drop ball. I think they're going to...
They reset, they go again.
Again.
Coleman, out to Tierney.
They still-
Gudgeon, oh, he slips over right at the key moment.
One of the South Perth players was playing for an obstruction penalty then, not coming.
Tierney, they race
Oh,
up
good
quick.
tackle.
He's forced the error.
Yep.
That's the winger that's charged up
Yep.
and made that
Tackle.
important tackle and forced the mistake. Do South Perth have the energy to go 90, Marty?
Well, at the moment, they don't. You'd be looking for Langy to do something. You know, there's a lot on his shoulders.
Nothing happening here for Barclay, so he goes back in field.
And
Chizuni.
again, it's really important for Willagee to make sure South Perth only have the ball for 6 tackles. You don't want to be giving away penalties. You want the ball, you know, you want South Perth. Every time they get the ball, they're coming out of their half. They're getting no attacking options.
Comes
You know,
back to
making them
beat.
to kick.
They're kicking
and
from
again-
deep inside their own
Yeah.
end.
And then Gudgeon really
Gudgeon
has to
takes
have a
it.
big, strong carry back.
Well, this, at the moment, is starting to look like a Willagee Bears victory lap.
But they need to make sure they've got to finish this game. Like, they're a little bit slow to get back, Willagee. It's really, really important. Good, strong carry.
Well,
They go the same way.
we start to
Oh,
also think at this
been
time
fantastic, hasn't he?
about the
Running
Ron
out of-
Hudson,
running out.
and for me, like I know they've had some big moments, some big plays from Tamaho Tierney.
Yeah.
Kynor Gudgeon has been fantastic, but
Yeah.
for me, it's Derek Chizuni.
Yeah,
Is
he's been wonderful. He's taken a lot of tough carries in a lot of tough moments. Hasn't shirked the issue one bit. But I think those 3 names you said would be the ones that Gudgeon's kicked a drop goal, and he's got it.
no, waved away.
Waved away. Oof. 2 minutes to go. So you feel like South Perth, they've probably got the ball for one more set after this if they're lucky. The crowd are sensing it.
Well, South
They're
Perth.
finding some voice.
Javapro goes to Gwazinski. South Perth, I think they are out of time. It's into the final 90 seconds. It goes to Lungy, goes across now to DeBeek. DeBeek show and go. The
Strong
Bears,
defence.
they are walking a step closer to their maiden premiership
Ooh,
in the Fuel to Go and
penalty.
Play premiership. They get a penalty. They take the tap. Flick pass. Comes out. Javapro standing in the tackle. Gets the pass back. Ends up with Noble. Noble tangles with Coleman. Coleman put down. We're into the last minute. It's a 12-point lead, though, for the Bears. Lungy goes to the line. Dummies to the inside runner. Eventually flicks a speculator out the back.
The crowd are really trying to get their side home.
Lungy
Lungy
out
throws
to
a cutout.
Barclay. Barclay for the line.
Wonderful
Reaches out and
tackle.
drops it. The desperation from the Bears in the final minute. Their arms are raised.
Andrew Bannister, wonderful tackle around the legs. Try-saving tackle. And we saw him make some really good tackles in the first half as well. And again, he's one of those unsung heroes of this Willagee team that's really put their hand up.
We're down to the final 10 seconds. We'll listen to the crowd count this one down. Malako, he takes it forward. He had a real impact when he came on in the first half as the Willagee Bears. Look at this.
They
Look at the
celebrate
celebration.
their first ever first grade premiership. Wonderful scenes, wonderful scenes. Wonderful scenes.
The referee has eventually just conceded that the game is over and has blown full time. There's a few that came onto the field early, I think, from the Bears. But such are the celebrations. You are not going to be able to stop people from coming onto this ground. This is a maiden premiership. The first time ever that the Willagee Bears will lift the first grade trophy. It is a remarkable moment, but there's always the agony and the ecstasy, isn't there, Marty?
There is. And don't forget, Donnie, Willagee were playing reserve grade last year. They didn't even have a first grade side. So it's their first year back into first grade. They've managed to assemble an excellent roster. They finished 4th. They won their first semi, they won the preliminary, and then they came again and they've won the grand final. So hats off. If you can win 3 finals in a row, you know, you deserve everything you get. And you were also down 10-6 at half time. So they've done a remarkable job as well. And yeah, and South Perth, they'd be bitterly disappointed in what's going on here. They probably let themselves down with some penalties and some silly errors in that second half. Gave Willagee some possession. And along with the class of Gudgeon to score those 2 tries to get them back into the game, and that was a sort of telling factor.
Yeah, like it really was a fantastic second half. Kynor Gudgeon stepped up in the big moments. Tamaho Tierney with 2 40-20s. He almost had a third where he kicked it from about the 20-metre line and missed by about a centimetre.
Yep.
He had some huge moments, and when your key players are stepping up in those big moments, you talked about Gudgeon and Lungy are the stars. They need that supporting cast.
Yep.
I think the supporting cast of the Willagee Bears, particularly in that second half,
Were better.
They were just better. They stepped up and they were there to be counted.
Yep. Your players like Tierney really stood up. You know, even like Andrew Bannister making those tackles at the end. You know, they really stood up at the end. South Perth were brave. They tried hard. But they just came up against a side that were, you know, that little bit more determined.
I mean, what a day it has been. I mean, you talk about the Willagee Bears winning their first ever first grade premiership. They also won their first ever third grade premiership.
Yep.
We saw the Fremantle Roosters win their first ever women's tackle premiership. We saw the Ellenbrook Rabbitohs win their first ever senior men's premiership in the reserve grade competition. It has been just a day for script writers. Like, you could not have written this script better.
No, you couldn't have. And yeah, so there was a lot of firsts out there, and Willagee just continued that pattern, didn't they? It's their first grade premiership. As long as and we can sort of put that on with their third grade premiership as well. So they've had a remarkable day, and you can see by the scenes out there on the field, there's a lot of Willagee fans, and you know, with the Perth Bears coming in 2027.
Yeah, exactly, the Bears. I mean,
Willagee Bears.
There's another line on the script, another subplot.
Yes.
The Perth Bears and the Willagee Bears.
Yep.
It's been the year of the bear.
Yep.
And, well, I don't know about you, Marty, but I've really enjoyed calling the game with you. It's been fantastic. It's been a fantastic day to be able to call throughout the day. But I really want to go over and watch his presentation. I want to get him in amongst the atmosphere. I want to see who gets named as the Ron Hudson Medal winner.
Yep.
There are certainly plenty of contenders. I'm going to go over there and enjoy the celebrations and the festivities over on the other side of the field. Thank you very much for joining me up in the box. And, we'll head over and we'll have a drink and Congratulations to the Willagee Bears, 22 points to 10 winners. They are the Fuel to Go and Play Premiership champions for 2025. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next year.